Hey guys, one thing that can take your mixes to the next level is the mastering process. Using too many plugins, a really complex chain can mess up with your mix. That's why sometimes it's just better to go back to the basics. In today's video, I want to show you how you can master a track using Ozone 9 Elements, a plugin that you can get for free right now. One thing that can really ruin your mix is the mastering process. You can see here in the project that my usual mastering chain has quite a lot of plugins. I have EQs, I have saturation, I have clipping, but that's a gift and a curse. You have a lot more control when you have multiple plugins doing different things, but you also have the, let's say, opportunity to mess your mix up. That's why in today's video I want to show you how you can use something simple like Ozone 9 Elements to master your tracks. For a limited time, Ozone 9 Elements is free. You can get it paired with hybrid keys from Native Instruments. With Ozone 9 Elements you have an EQ, you have the imager, and you have a really powerful limiter. With this you can achieve really nice masters without any issues. Now I want to play you the track. This is the final mix. It's a track from Sanito called Wow. I usually start the mastering process with the loudest part of the song. Most of the time that part is the hook. There you can really find the sweet spot when it comes to the limiter. You don't want to master the song on a section like this where it's really quiet and you'll be inclined to raise the loudness by a lot, and then the hook part, the loudest part of the song, will be squashed. When it comes to isotope plugins, most of them are smart, let's call them intelligent. You have an AI, in this case you have the master assistant. I usually like to have this as my starting point. I will go with high intensity, hit next, hit play, and let Ozone 9 Elements do its thing. Now we have an EQ curve and we have some settings for the limiter. This is a really powerful EQ because you have mid-side, you can access it from this section. You have two different modes, analog and digital. I like working this way so I can see the values and the type of curves that I have in my EQ. With this EQ you have lots of filter types, everything from low passes to high passes, bells, high shelves, and things like that. What I like doing when it comes to mastering my songs is mid-side EQing. Let's start with that. I want to clean up some of the nasty frequencies on the sides. The lower mids sound a bit congested, and I can fix that by using a high pass, removing all the bass below, in this case 100 Hertz, and I'm doing a cut with a bell filter at around 200. What I also like doing when it comes to mid-side EQing is to add some top end, some shine just on the sides.
Ich geh nicht an mein Phone, doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin. Alle Leute von früher schauen und denken sie, wow, was ist denn mit ihm los? Was bei uns bei den Shows?
I also don't like this 1K range where all the reverb has like a nasal tonal quality to it. It's a a nasty frequency and a nasty range, a really important range when it comes to the vocal presence. So by reducing that range, we can achieve a much cleaner sounding reverb, a much cleaner sounding stereo image. This is really important, especially when it comes to listening to the master on earbuds or headphones. A nice feature to have when mastering is the mono sum. Listening to your mix and masters in mono can really help you understand how things sit in the mix, and if you have any issues that you can correct by doing the mastering EQ. This is a basic, quite subtle curve on the sides. Let's move to the mids. I want to add a bit more perceived bass. This is really helpful when it comes to listening to your masters on small speakers, on laptops, phones and other devices like that. I want to bring the vocals a bit more up front. So a boost at around 2K can do just that. Let's check the master with tonal balance and see what we have. We can boost the lower mids a bit more. Let's move our boost more towards 4K. This is what I like doing when it comes to mastering with EQ, gentle corrections with subtle boosts. You also have the imager. This is a really powerful tool that you can use to manipulate the stereo image. Let's try this out. You can use this in two ways, making the mix sound wider, or you can narrow the stereo field. That way you bring more focus to the vocals, to the drums. For me, using just a touch of the imager, increasing the width, adds a bit of magic and excitement to the master. The last module is the maximizer. This is a really powerful limiter. You have two different modes, really easy to use. You have the threshold. This is what you decrease to add more loudness. You have the ceiling. It's true peak. This is where you change the character from fast to slow. You also have some stereo controls that you can use to change how the limiter reacts to the left and the right channel. And you also have transient emphasis. The easiest way to use this is by doing the learn threshold. You just set the target. My usual loudness target is -9 LUFS. You input that, hit learn threshold, play the track, and Ozone 9 Elements will figure out the proper threshold.
nein, ich geh nicht an mein Phone. Doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin. All die Leute von früher schauen und denken sie, wow, was ist denn mit ihm los? Was bei uns bei den Shows? Ich bin grad recorden, nein, ich geh nicht an mein Phone. Doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin. All die Leute von früher schauen und denken sie, wow, was ist denn mit ihm los? Was bei uns bei den Shows? Ich bin grad recorden, nein, ich geh nicht an mein Phone. Doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin. All die Leute von früher schauen und denken sie, wow, was ist denn mit ihm los? Was bei uns bei den Shows? Ich bin grad recorden, nein, ich geh nicht an mein Phone. Doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin. Die Leute von früher schauen und denken sie, wow, was ist denn mit ihm los? Was bei uns bei den Shows? Ich bin grad recorden, nein, ich geh nicht an mein Phone. Doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin. All die Leute von früher schauen und denken sie, wow, was ist denn mit
You can see on the inside that the integrated LUFS, the integrated loudness, is around -9. So we hit our target. The song will be fairly competitive when it comes to loudness. Let's try the other mode.
ihm los? Was bei uns bei den Shows? Ich bin grad recorden, nein, ich geh nicht an mein Phone.
I like the second mode a bit more. Let's do a before and after with the gain match. This is a really nice feature because you will hear what the plugin is doing to your mix without being tricked by the loudness difference.
Doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin. All die Leute von früher schauen und denken sie, wow, was ist denn mit ihm los? Was bei uns bei den Shows? Ich bin grad recorden, nein, ich geh nicht an mein Phone. Doch ich lass sie wissen, wenn ich erreichbar bin.
I'm happy with the master. As you can see, you really don't need a lot of plugins in the mastering chain to achieve a decent master. Recommend using this when you're trying to create demos, when you're trying to send, I don't know, mixes out to your clients for a limited time. It's free, you get an EQ, the imager, and a really powerful limiter. So this is Ozone 9 Elements. The plugin is free for a limited time. You can get it right now. I will have a link in the description. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, hit the like button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. Thanks for the support and see you guys really soon. Cheers.